What if you could unlock the very blueprint behind everything that exists, the timeless laws that shape reality itself? Imagine understanding the forces that govern creation and using them to transform your life from the inside out. Welcome to Summary Shelf, your trusted source for powerful book summaries designed to ignite personal growth, sharpen your mindset, and elevate your professional journey. In today's video, we're diving deep into The Principles of Creation by Tejas Hiremani, a profound exploration of the 7 fundamental principles that shape our world and influence every aspect of life. We've distilled this powerful book into 7 comprehensive key points, each explained in clear detail so you can grasp, apply, and benefit from them immediately. Stay with us as we take you on this journey of discovery. And remember to subscribe to Summary Shelf. Give this video a thumbs up, share it with others who value wisdom, and turn on the notification bell so you're first in line whenever we bring you another life-changing summary. Let's begin. Key point 1. The principle of divine source and oneness. At the heart of all creation lies the understanding that everything originates from a single divine source, the infinite intelligence, universal mind, or God. This principle teaches that all life is interconnected and flows from one ultimate origin. There is no true separation between you and the rest of creation. The same life force that animates the stars, the oceans, the forests, and every living creature flows through you. Recognizing this truth shifts your identity from seeing yourself as a limited, isolated individual to understanding that you are an extension of the divine, inseparably connected to all things. When you align your thoughts, intentions, and actions with the awareness of oneness, you step into harmony with the universal flow. This means your decisions are no longer driven purely by ego, fear, or personal gain, but by the understanding that what you do to others, you ultimately do to yourself. Oneness dissolves the illusion of competition, jealousy, and disconnection, replacing it with compassion, cooperation, and peace. This principle also reveals that abundance, wisdom, and love are not resources you need to chase externally. They are already within you because you are one with the source of all supply. The more you deepen your awareness of this unity, the more you naturally express divine qualities such as patience, empathy, and unconditional love. Action steps. 1. Daily connection practice. Begin each morning by meditating for 5 to 10 minutes on the idea that you are one with the divine and with all life. Visualize light flowing through you and extending to the entire world. 2. Conscious speech. Before speaking, ask yourself, will my words reflect unity and love, or division and fear? Choose the words that align with oneness. 3. Acts of interconnectedness. Once a day, do something purely to benefit another, without expectation of recognition, and reflect on how it benefits you internally. When you understand and live by the principle of divine source and oneness, you stop searching for wholeness outside yourself, because you realize you already are whole. You walk with a quiet confidence, knowing that you and all creation are one harmonious expression of the same eternal life force. In oneness, there is no lack, no separation, only the endless flow of the divine. Key point 2. The principle of vibration and energy flow. Everything that exists is vibration. Thoughts, emotions, bodies, objects, all are patterns of energy moving at different rates. That movement is not random. It organizes into predictable patterns we experience as mood, health, relationships, and results. In practice, this means your inner state, that is, thoughts plus feelings, is an energetic signal you broadcast into the world. The world responds to that signal by returning back experiences that match its frequency. This is the law of resonance. Vibration is not only spiritual language, it has a physiological basis. Breath, posture, hormones, and nervous system tone shape how you feel and what you emit. For example, Shallow, rapid breathing aligns with anxiety and a constricted vibrational field. Slow, full breath invites calm and a wider field. Because energy flows in feedback loops, small shifts in your inner state change your external feedback quickly, and that change then reinforces the new state. Energy flow can be blocked or leaked. Blockages show up as chronic worry, reactivity, exhaustion, or stuck relationships. Leaks look like overgiving, unhealthy media habits, and unresolved emotional patterns. Conversely, clear channels of energy produce clarity, magnetism, creativity, and consistent momentum. The aim of working with vibration is simple: raise and stabilize your baseline frequency and keep energy moving toward constructive outcomes. Action steps. 1. Start your day with high-vibe practices. Begin each morning with gratitude, uplifting affirmations, or energizing music to set a positive frequency for the day. 2. Cleanse your energy regularly. Engage in activities like meditation, breathwork, or spending time in nature to release negative or stagnant energy. 3. Surround yourself with high-vibration influences. Choose uplifting people, inspiring content, and environments that support positivity. 4. Monitor your emotional state throughout the day. When you notice low vibrations, frustration, stress, anger, pause, breathe, and consciously shift your focus. 5. Practice giving and receiving with joy. Acts of kindness and generosity raise your vibration and invite more abundance into your life. Everything you think and feel is a signal. When you learn to manage that signal, you stop reacting to life and start composing it. Raise your frequency, clear your channels, and keep your energy moving toward what you want. Small daily practices, breath, movement, gratitude, and boundaries, do more than feel good. They change the pattern of your life. Start tuning today and watch how what you desire begins to tune back to you. Your life is a reflection of the vibration you carry. Shift your energy and you shift your reality. When you choose to live in a state of high-frequency thoughts and emotions, you align yourself with the limitless flow of creation. Key point 3. The principle of correspondence between realms. This principle is often expressed in the ancient phrase, "As above, so below, as within, so without." It teaches that there is harmony, agreement, and connection between the different levels of reality, the spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical realms. What happens in the unseen dimensions is reflected in the seen world, and vice versa. Your outer life is a mirror of your inner life. The quality of your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions directly corresponds to the experiences you encounter in the physical world. If your inner world is filled with peace, clarity, and gratitude, your external world will naturally reflect stability, opportunities, and blessings. On the other hand, unresolved inner conflict will often manifest as external challenges. This principle also reveals that the patterns and structures in the larger universe, from galaxies to ecosystems, are mirrored in the smaller systems, such as the human body and personal life. By studying one level of reality, you can gain insight into another. When you understand how the spiritual laws operate, you can apply them to improve your physical reality. Action steps. 1. Examine your inner beliefs. Identify the thoughts and emotional patterns that may be shaping your outer reality. Replace limiting beliefs with empowering truths. 2. Align your actions with your inner values. Ensure that what you do outwardly reflects what you truly believe inwardly. 3. Practice inner cleansing. Engage in meditation, prayer, or journaling to clear internal clutter so it doesn't manifest as external chaos. 4. Look for patterns in nature. Observe how balance, cycles, and harmony occur in nature and apply these principles to your personal life. 5. Set spiritual intentions for physical goals. Before pursuing a physical achievement, ground it in a clear spiritual or emotional purpose. The worlds within and the worlds without are never separate. When you cultivate peace, clarity, and alignment in your inner life, your outer life begins to mirror that same harmony. Master the unseen, and you will transform the seen. Key point 4. The principle of cause and effect in creation. The principle of cause and effect is the universal law that nothing happens by chance. Every outcome is the result of a specific cause. In the realm of creation, this means that every thought, emotion, action, and intention you release into the universe acts as a cause that produces a corresponding effect. This principle is at the foundation of manifestation and personal responsibility. Your current reality is the cumulative result of causes you have set in motion in the past, consciously or unconsciously. The physical world is not random, it operates under predictable laws. If you understand and align with these laws, you can create deliberate outcomes rather than living reactively. Every creation process begins in the unseen, in thought and intention, before it manifests into form. A seed planted in the soil will eventually yield a harvest, and the same is true for the seeds of thought you plant in your subconscious. When you plant seeds of positivity, purpose, and faith, the effects will reflect abundance, harmony, and opportunities. Conversely, seeds of fear, resentment, or doubt will bear unwanted results. Recognizing this principle empowers you to shift from being a passive observer of life to an intentional creator. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" you begin to ask, "What cause did I set in motion, and how can I set a better one?" Action steps. 1. Reflect on current effects. Identify areas of your life that are not producing the results you want and trace them back to the possible causes. 2. Plant intentional seeds. Consciously choose thoughts, beliefs, and actions that align with the outcomes you desire. 3. Eliminate negative causes. Stop feeding energy into habits, words, and attitudes that lead to unwanted results. 4. Adopt a long-term perspective. Understand that some causes take time to manifest. Be patient and consistent in planting positive seeds. 5. Take responsibility for your creation. Accept that you are the source of your reality and shift from blame to empowered action. Nothing in your life is a coincidence. It's the harvest of seeds you have planted. When you master the causes you set in motion, you become the architect of your own destiny. The universe responds unfailingly. Plant with intention, and your harvest will follow. Key point 5. The principle of polarity and balance. The principle of polarity teaches that everything in existence has two opposing aspects that are actually different degrees of the same thing. Light and darkness, hot and cold, joy and sorrow. These are not separate realities, but points along a single spectrum. Without one, the other could not be defined, understood, or appreciated. In the grand design of creation, polarity serves a purpose. It gives contrast, depth, and meaning to life's experiences. It is the interplay of opposites that allows growth, learning, and transformation. Just as a seed pushes against the resistance of the soil to sprout, we grow through the tension between challenges and opportunities. Polarity is not meant to be a source of conflict, but a gateway to balance. Life is not about eliminating one pole to live only in the other, but about harmonizing both sides so that they serve a higher purpose. For example, sadness teaches empathy, mistakes teach wisdom, and failures sharpen the tools for success. When you understand this principle, you stop resisting life's natural contrasts and instead use them to your advantage. You begin to see that the darkness you fear often holds the seed of your greatest light, and that every negative situation carries within it the potential for a positive transformation. True balance is not static, it is dynamic. Just like a skilled dancer continually adjusts their movements to stay centered, you must constantly realign your mind, emotions, and actions to remain in harmony with your life's higher purpose. Action steps. 1. Identify opposites in your life, write down current challenges, and identify their hidden benefits or growth opportunities. 2. Shift your perspective. Instead of labeling situations as purely good or bad, see them as parts of a greater whole. 3. Use polarity for motivation. Let discomfort inspire you to move toward its opposite, pain toward healing, scarcity toward abundance. 4. Practice daily balancing rituals. Use meditation, journaling, or gratitude exercises to keep your inner state aligned. 5. Turn resistance into energy. Channel negative emotions into productive actions that bring you closer to your goals. Life is a dance between opposites, day and night, joy and pain, failure and triumph. When you stop fighting polarity and start balancing it, you unlock the power to transform every shadow into light. Balance is not found by avoiding the storm, but by learning to stand firm within it. Key point 6. The principle of rhythm and cycles of life. The principle of rhythm states that everything in the universe moves in patterns. Cycles of rise and fall, creation and dissolution, beginnings and endings. These rhythms are woven into the very fabric of existence. The changing seasons, the phases of the moon, the ebb and flow of the ocean tides, the inhale and exhale of breath, the beating of your heart. In life, this principle reveals itself through cycles of growth, stagnation, and renewal. No season, whether joyful or difficult, lasts forever. After winter comes spring, and after night, the dawn. Just as nature flows through these patterns without resistance, you too are meant to move with the cycles of your own life instead of fighting against them. The challenge comes when we cling to one phase and resist its natural transition into the next. We long for eternal summer, forgetting that autumn's shedding and winter's rest are necessary for the rebirth of spring. When we understand the principle of rhythm, we learn to trust the timing of our journey, to act when it's time to advance, and to rest when it's time to restore. Every cycle has lessons. Times of abundance teach gratitude and wise stewardship. Times of scarcity teach resilience and resourcefulness. Times of stillness teach reflection and inner growth. By attuning yourself to life's rhythms, you step into harmony with universal law. You begin to anticipate change instead of fearing it, adapt quickly instead of resisting, and make decisions in alignment with the flow rather than against it. This is not passive acceptance, it's strategic alignment with the very pulse of creation. Action steps. 1. Recognize your current season. Ask yourself, am I in a time of growth, rest, challenge, or transition? Accept where you are without judgment. 2. Plan. According to the cycle, align your goals and actions with the natural energy of your current life phase. 3. Use reflection periods wisely. During slower seasons, invest in self-education, skill building, and inner work. 4. Practice patience and timing. Avoid forcing progress during winter seasons. Instead, prepare for the inevitable spring. 5. Track your personal patterns. Keep a journal of emotional, creative, and productivity cycles to better predict and harness your own rhythms. Life is not a straight road, but a series of turning seasons. Those who master the principle of rhythm do not fight the waves, they learn to ride them. Trust the timing, flow with the changes, and you will always arrive at the shore of your highest potential. Key point 7. The principle of gender and creative power. The principle of gender teaches that all creation in the universe arises from the interplay of two complementary forces, the masculine and the feminine. This is not limited to biological differences, but exists as a universal law that operates in every plane of life: physical, mental, and spiritual. The masculine principle represents action, initiation, structure, logic, and direction, the energy that projects an idea outward. The feminine principle represents receptivity, intuition, nurturing, imagination, and the ability to incubate and give form to an idea. Together, they create balance and generate life. In thought and creation, the masculine mind conceives the seed, the clear, definite idea. The feminine mind receives it, nourishes it with emotion, imagination, and sustained attention, and eventually brings it into physical reality. Without the masculine, there is no initiation. Without the feminine, there is no manifestation. Throughout history, societies and individuals have fallen into imbalance by overvaluing one principle and neglecting the other. Overemphasis on the masculine creates force without harmony, action without reflection. Overemphasis on the feminine creates dreaming without grounding, vision without execution. The secret to creative power is to unite both within yourself. When you harness this principle consciously, you become both the architect and the nurturer of your destiny. You can initiate bold actions with clarity while sustaining them with patience and wisdom. You move from inspiration to manifestation in a natural, flowing rhythm, just as nature intended. Action steps. 1. Identify your dominant energy. Reflect on whether you tend to act quickly without reflection, that is, the masculine, or dream without acting, that is, the feminine. 2. Balance the two forces. If you are highly action-driven, schedule time for planning, reflection, and intuitive listening. If you are more reflective, commit to taking decisive, measurable steps toward your vision. 3. Use masculine energy to define, clarify your goals, set deadlines, and create structure. 4. Use feminine energy to nurture. Envision your goals vividly, infuse them with feeling, and allow inspired ideas to guide your process. 5. Collaborate consciously. Surround yourself with people whose strengths complement yours, creating a creative partnership that mirrors universal balance. Finally, all creation flows from the marriage of two forces, the spark and the womb, the action and the incubation, the mind that conceives and the heart that brings to life. When you balance the masculine and feminine within, you hold in your hands the complete creative power of the universe. You've now uncovered the timeless wisdom within the principles of creation. 7 profound truths that can reshape the way you think, act, and live. But remember, knowledge only transforms when it's applied. So take these principles, put them into practice, and watch how they influence every part of your life. If you found value in this summary, make sure to subscribe to Summary Shelf for more life-changing insights. Give this video a thumbs up to support our work, share it with others who are ready to grow, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new summary that could shift your perspective and inspire your next breakthrough. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep creating your best life.